I want to start by asking each and every one of you, how much are you worth? Just answer that question. Think about it. How much are you worth? Now, the people you work for, the company you work for, the business you work for, the organization, the corporation, they have a value attached to you. And the value that they have attached to you is not what they pay you. You see, we understand the basics of capitalism. You give your time, your energy, your abilities, and your knowledge to some entity, whether it be one person or a huge global corporation. And they pay you the least amount of money that they can to keep you there. But what you bring to them is a whole lot more than what they pay you. And the difference is their profit. So, you, the total you, your ability, your energy, your experience, your knowledge, all that creates revenue for someone else, while you get the least amount of money that they can pay you to keep you there. Does that sound fair? Does that sound right? That's up to you to decide. But let me ask you this. What if you took yourself, you took everything that makes you up, your knowledge, gifts, skills, abilities, and experience, all that you give away to someone else, and what if you used it to enrich yourself? Would that change your life? What if the amount of money you made for someone else, you actually made for yourself? Now, you're thinking right now that that's crazy, that there's no way you can leave your job. You don't have the means to take what you have and make money off of it. I disagree. You do. What's talking to you right now is nothing but fear and your attachment to your comfort zone. You see, comfort zones are what we build when we get settled into a certain way of life, and it becomes predictable and it becomes manageable by us. And we build these comfort zones as places to buffer us from the rest of the world, to reassure ourselves that our life is okay, and as long as we stay in this position, everything will be all right. Well, what happens is we get attached to those comfort zones. And instead of us having a grasp on the comfort zones have a grasp on us. And they begin to become our prison. And if we stay in that prison long enough, they will inevitably become our grave. Is that the kind of life that you want to live? Is that what you were put on earth to do? To find your place in the world, to make someone else rich with your unique set of knowledge, skills, and abilities, and live in a comfort zone for the rest of your life, hoping for some measly promotion here and there, and maybe a small pittance of a retirement after you've given your life. You've given hours upon hours and energy and time and studying and knowledge and experience and travel and pain. You've given all this to enrich someone else, and they give you a small retirement at the end of decades of work. Did you truly invest the greatness and uniqueness you possess? Did you invest it wisely? No. You see, we're conditioned by fear to grow up after we go to school and get an education, or we learn a trade, or we pick up some knowledge and skills along the way. We're conditioned to search for a good job, someplace safe and stable. And once we get that, we get content and satisfied. All the while, we're being used, exploited. We're making someone else rich. Think about that. We need to stop thinking good job and start thinking entrepreneurship. We need to look at ourselves and value ourselves, not based on what our paycheck says or what we make, not even based on what we make others, but what we can make ourselves to be. Your knowledge, skills, abilities, they're all worth a tremendous amount more than what you're getting. And you need to manipulate that whole situation to work for you instead of that stuff working for somebody else. We need to get out of the mindset. We need to break down these prisons of comfort zones and engage in some reflection, some self-reflection, and say, how much am I truly worth? Sit down and engage in some introspection. Think about your knowledge, your skills, your abilities, your experience, what you bring to the table. Think about how you can take that and make it work for you. Now, I'm not saying leave your job tomorrow. No, that'd be silly. But what I am telling you is to come up with a plan to leave your job. And you're going to work no matter what. Work for yourself. Benefit yourself. Enrich yourself. Stop allowing yourself to be exploited. Stop selling yourself short. You know you are worth way more than what you're being compensated with. So why are you there? You're there because of fear. You feel if you leave, you'll be left out in the cold and you'll fail. Let me tell you this, and then I'll end. That job, that comfort zone, that employer, those people that you spend more time with than your own family, and years become decades, they will be there tomorrow. They're not going anywhere. Move past that fear. Take that risk. Invest in yourself. Stop looking for excuses why it won't work and think about reasons why it will work. It's up to you. Stop selling yourself short. Because even your bosses know at the end of the day that you're worth way more than what they pay you. If you enjoyed our discussion today, you could read more about this and other related topics in my book, Building a Better You, Being Real, Letting Go, and Moving On. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or send me an email. Just click on the links in the description.